Yeah.
Mon pa bet negotiate.
I bet negotiate. Who's a striker? So for tip profile and quantity.
Hey, mon fano. Some is a very good striker.
Ma to scare group.
In two scare bien.
How they want to scare we?
Yes.
Now you turn on a striker. I'm so far bet negotiate. I bet negotiate the motor on the same.
I say,
motor on the same.
Oh, ne bon chedanya di.
And I never wanted to some more company my book striker. Yet in Toby. But when my book striker. And the end come when you would come on fire for full about I bet nego and from great me. Panyajima.
Emmanuel Adubuain, I say, Marino has always been a victim of circumstances everywhere he goes.
Circumstances.
According
to Emmanuel Abednego, so cast circumstances, but say Chese and your Mourinho fault. Send your turn in a turn. And your circumstances.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think say Adia Mourinho can a racist comments. Uti and I'm quoting him verbatim. Mourinho say time I give ne starting and there was a penalty incident. Na Galatasaray for bench a jumpe like monkeys onto a cake. Saying a monkeys a cake on jump or so. I mean, I don't think that is racist. He was describing how the jump was. But and yet also on me, say me describing as racist or not.
Say attempted.
But any racist.
You don't describe a nipa with monkey.
Oh, there be on describing nipa with monkey.
No, also
or describe the or describe the attitude of nipa no as a nipa ye. Na ye.
If you do say catch you say. Say we did it sepon kwa. Mini watam.
Racist no nya atem did you yes say.
I know the racist need
to be racist once in America. Me nya atem did you once in America. Me racist once in America. Atem did you in a park so do you know more times players exchange insults. It happens. But at the end of the day, it ends there. No more movie on a free. So conversation.
Coffee before, what do analysis about to us? No, young announcement ki two be engram na eto aso efa emame. Me samo abrante bi a yefa no akwasi echichori. Me kasa sisi wa ba in share from ha. Ade abetu anim say ofo car from the chrome solar awowa a ode eba ayikumase. Na omonam kwan so a omoba kumase no. And a bass now of phone is say, oh, claim. And we you on the mass sprinter, a white. We you on the mass sprinter and say, sprinter animum and from Kumasi. In fact, I'm about to do Kumasi AG. Now, we do on Urban on any the box and on mobile. On only see from the only answer driver no, sprinter driver no, or two cano, and a year at the canima, the Niema, and the box no, and also a canim. Nigerin de kasa sisi driver no kosino waba ba ne niema e kan wan na esen kan yirin de ba no bag ne de entimi ama ma bidru na sprinter driver no so understand say omo ba nna no na otie insure fm enti sprinter driver oje passenger from solar at the bar kumase no yenu akwasi ade aba betu anim say ne yirin de asese ka so aba bedu ne nchen ba ne box no aka ayo kanim to sewa wadaroma se wutie ya bra na efa bag no ebren won chire fema na akwasi wa na yemfa ne bag enso emfa emrenti driver ofa eya akwasi ne yire abro mu free solar be drew etechi ma moka eseye no bomoden na efa ne ma no enso efa ebre na o de friend number esisi yi na oni akwasi na nkasa eni eye enkomo 0242 09 3845. My sense number should be 0242 09 3845. Any akwasi number I don't know. But say be open over so French FM answer. Yeah, number is 03220 83570. 03220 83570. Yeah, that's it. Say Oboy na insa etimi akakwasi. Anyway, Kofi, I've had a na games are weekend. Good morning.
Good morning, BM. Senior kind of games for on across all of the competitions now. Say me sure say that's where my Kwenyama matches kakaka.
Sure.
Minty still a star 281 hash. Say afi na wabari and I'm sure. Watch number of tickets I will pay. Watch number of tickets yeah. No what you insure from option and sign watch number of tickets no. Then after that we'll make sure say BBR come on. The more I'll be sticking, the more I'll chance the wash will be to me, Eddie. Which, obviously, we start from the Italian Serie A. Nene, Italian Serie A, no, there is a big game going on. And so, Italian Serie A table, no, so the game between Inter and Napoli at the Maradona today, essentially a battle for top spots. Antonio Conte in the you know, for the last few games, I hit a blip kaka, a draw away at Lazio, the last time out also, and also a ball draw in about 2 or 3 games. Almost Serena, the results that they would expect to get. In Ama, there is some level of pressure on Antonio Conte in the here. It's the first point of the analysis in here, David Tuja. Oshe on the Italian Serie A table now, Inter, 57 points with that's row. Napoli 56 points on the second. Atalanta and also about 54 points. Juventus 49, Lazio 47, Bologna and Fiorentina 8 winning. So they'll come to against Lecce almost share by go to 0. It's remember at 45 points and then Atalanta at Nefi and Venezia abo at the if you a game with respect to everything that has gone on with Gian Piero Gasperini, which when you say now, the president of Atalanta about one thing and he has made it clear, say Coach Gian Piero Gasperini, as any the way or tackle the issue of Ademola Lookman was wrong. According to him, or single out Yeniano out of the lot and it wasn't the right way to go. Of course, so can say already he believes in Gian Piero Gasperini in the Jumoye, but in that instance he was wrong with him. I think after that, Brent and Ademola Lookman has scored goals for Atalanta, and then I'm expecting that Atalanta team my friend in Venezia. Me anytime goal scorer Brent and Matteo Retegui. Our Italian Serie A and in some match on Napoli, any Inter match na make one seven reach. Hugely important match. Now, Unim say Antonio Conte this season has played in a semblance of a 4-3-3. Before the January transfer window, Nebebano, Naya Vicha Koretskeli and Nebo on the other side, the right hand side, and he plays sometimes with David Neres. Then in fifth form, Obo Anguissa, Stanislav Lobotka, any Abrentia, your friend Scott McTominay. At the back, it is Ramanali, Ewe then, of course, at fullback, the captain De Lorenzo, sometimes Mattia Politano gets a part into the team. Which, they're not so good team, they say. And then Antonio Conte without Abrantia friend Frank Andre Zombo Anguissa, they are without Andre Zombo Anguissa. It means that, and then, may expect Stanislav Lobotka SATR, we will have Scott McTominay, and then either of Abrantia your friend Billy Gomo to add to the middle, to add some technicality to fifth for them. They are going to play against an international Milan team that will go into a 3-5-2. In fact, a very experienced 3-5-2 system with Stefan De Vrij, Bastoni on the left hand side, then in fifth you get Akan Klanoglu, Henrik Mkhitaryan, and a branch of Nicolo Barella, Denzel Dumfries, and Federico Di Marco, then up top a branch of Lautaro Martinez and a branch of Turam will lead the lines for them. For Inter also, a branch of Young Summer is out of the team. It's a goalkeeper, very experienced, really important in build up for them now. And so team, and it means that it's going to affect them of a sort. Which the game is going to be interesting. But there's only one scoreline that will come out of this match. Game the and then whatever you have doing, you don't want to miss this game of Inter, any team, a friend Napoli, or the Diego Armando Maradona. But I'm very, very certain it is one of those Italian games that ended in a draw. And then say o correct score or the Italian Serie A Mudia then Napoli versus Inter 1-1 on correct score so we call just the outcome there, then possibly an Inter double chance for me or a draw when you go away from home. In the Spanish La Liga also, Rich, really interesting conversation and it is because Spanish La Liga name Yetete Abetiano, of course Nichiano, and that's where we are going. Barcelona a top joint with team a friend in Madrid on top of the Spanish La Liga with 54 points. Atletico de Madrid have 53 points. Athletic Club have 48 points. Which the interesting thing is that and the top 4 of the Spanish La Liga, everybody's playing a really competitive game. Atletico de Madrid and it's nothing on the Athletic Club Ebo Eufie. Really tough game, really interesting match for Diego Simeone and Emrantian. Now this is an Athletic Club for a long time. Many good results because our attacking trio have been very good. In fact, so the goal contribution of Nico Williams, Inaki Williams, you can see properly. Say Athletic Club for our outlet on the show goals, and of course our center forward. So consistent goals into any Atletico de Madrid, any team, your friend Athletic Club, and then you may reach. This is a game that I think that goals will come through. Diego Simeone said Madrid and Barcelona, me and Nunina are playing very tricky matches this weekend. So Osha Madrid match and Obo against team friend Real Betis. And Barcelona match Obo against Sociedad. These are all tricky games. Madrid are going away to Seville, Clumonum, to go and play against Real Betis or Honum. Tough game for them to play. But they also have a tough game. Bomu Bofi. So we manage our game. No matter the results that they are supposed to get at home. He puts himself in a very, very good position because on the Spanish La Liga table, almost 53 points, Madrid 51, Barcelona 54. Sorry, 54. It's just 1 point between the three. And a gamer coach, your friend Diego Simeone, would really fancy so being a winner on him. One thing I've seen about Diego Simeone in the Atletico de Madrid team, so and it's a rich. The defensive solidity in the so it's difficult for them to lose matches because their bench is good. Adema I am very, very good for Atletico de Madrid. And they say, even when games are moving away from them, they're able to depend on the bench, bringing Angel Correa more, Alexander Salomo to come onto the field of play and influence the game and get draws like the last time out. I think the Atletico de Madrid double chance is also one of the good picks for you. Say, now you can get something out of any matches now. Of course, on Sunday, and Real Madrid airborne match against Tima, your friend of Real Betis. Some really interesting conversations. First of all, there is going to be the return of Isco Alacron. Of course, somebody from Sociedad to the days at Madrid now gone back to Real Betis. And for me, maybe one of those Madrid players that are very important in the times that Madrid edge Champions League, consistently and dominating in Europe, that maybe doesn't have that clout necessarily. And they do maybe a prani identity Isco didn't get to where you're supposed to get to. Rich, as a midfielder, what is dribbling? What is tight space control? What is the ball carrying from player with a friend Isco? Also, through boxing, Emma the technical ability to get you goals now. Isco was such a delight to watch. But sometimes I've said it several times, players they enjoy playing the game more than winning in the game. On the board anything, and he didn't really put premium in individual successes. But Obi Oshe Isco Biano will tell you how much of a delight he is. And then Real Betis Kubonum. Whilst Madrid did not get overturning the suspension of Jude Bellingham, no, Real Betis for any good news and now in training. Real Betis wanted to say Brantia Yefredo Anthony ne suspension on my year free on him. Which Anthony has been super player for Real Betis, and I think Sasani he goes into my personal analysis of players and how we analyze them. Eddie say inherently player be ebesa like onyade. Now obe making it to the top of this level of football. This is the American ultimacy. Like inherently onyade. Then they go through the ranks and get to the top. It's tough. But also, Rich, what that means, and they say, maybe off the field, very important in getting success on the field of play. Environment, family, state of mind, psyche. Is so important. Exactly.
Prepare just to come and deliver.
Yeah.
So, microphone
Yeah.
Delivery
To
affect you.
Exactly.
And the reason another be Amami say Manchester as a team, Yentina internally, Yen be. Because any must a player be a fit team no shiny. But United there's a problem.
Recently, when Anthony Martial or Athens.
Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
Oh, Aston Villa.
Scott McTominay.
Now no money win.
Yeah.
On the best is our game. So sometimes you ask yourself, these are the same players on board Manchester United. Now you're cruciforms. Because very crowded at the point, and say, Marcus Rashford, them so ne problem.
To the extent, say, and there are Victor Roque, every Betis on loan from Barcelona, echo back to Palmeiras now. It is because they've gotten a good replacement in Anthony. And can they manage Victor Roque like that? But Anthony has come in and he's delivering. Which in the Europa League, Conference League, local league, like why very instrumental. And then now in training. Abraham Babe started training Manuel Pellegrini and then the assistant catcher and he said, oh, they've managed to take off Oban and Oban against Madrid. No, he seemed very excited. So obviously, Obama a big game to play against Madrid. Which the sad thing is that Madrid are without very, very important players. Off the top of my head, when himself Federico Valverde is not going to play. Now Madrid for energy is an injury, and yet as big as it is now, but Jude Bellingham because of injury is going to be out. But of course, Kylian Mbappe is back into the team. Dani Ceballos into April the last time. Rich, but you see, injuries now have been very hard on Madrid, though, honestly speaking. Because I brought Toni Kroos a coin. Carlo Ancelotti has struggled to find the balance in the middle of the pack. While yet tried errors, it wasn't working. Finally get a rejected stone in Abrantia Feni Dani Ceballos into the team. It begins to work, begins to gel. Almost every game, Champions League, league games, tempo controller, box-to-box midfielder, everything that you need from Dani Ceballos. To the extent that Madrid when they were playing with Raul Asensio or Chimeni, he would drop deep to come and pick up the ball against high pressing and stubborn teams like Manchester City or Champions League. But now, just when he played some consistent games, Kakano, Abrantev and Dani Ceballos, and I think that's been Dani Ceballos' undoing for the last few years. I say he plays a little bit, then he gets injured, just like Marco Asensio at some point in time. And now, Madrid would have to find a new look midfield without Federico Valverde, without Dani Ceballos. Yes, Antonio Rudiger back into the team. David Alaba is traveling with the team. So most likely there's going to be a centre-back pair, Yenim, and then full-back Yenim, because if Fran Garcia there, Ferland Mendy is there, Raul Asensio, so they can play as makeshift at full-back for Militao Rudiger to go on and play. Then it means that to push Chimeni back into the middle, Eduardo Camavinga, and Abrantia Feno, Luka Modric up there to control the game and try and get something out of it, especially in the absence of Abrantia Feno, Jude Bellingham. The last game of Madrid boy without Kylian Mbappe, it was straight up. Endrick Ramirez came on and got a job done. And then Mbappe is back. And the same way according to Carlo Ancelotti, Nesiri no mutu but when he panel back in the team with Vinicius Junior for the very first time. Vini is captain in the Madrid team, and then they are playing against Sociedad away from home. Which Madrid Real Betis.
Tricky game. Very, very tricky.
I think the Madrid will go on. Madrid, edging narrowly. I think the Madrid beat me, very, very narrowly over there in some match. Rich on front of sport, Barcelona against Real Sociedad. And also in front of Sport, it is clear, say Abrantev friend of Victor Roque Echo, and Barca are beginning to plan for the summer. Barca for have been very, very straightforward and direct for Abrantev, your friend Alexander Ishak. They want Ishak. They are asking questions about Ishak. And in front of Mundo Deportivo, almost say the battle for Ishak or the war for Ishak. I say, CBA are realizing, say, and then on the transfer market, the most assured, only is a striking position, one of them. Their money a little bit worrying, and he said, say, you don't know what they will give you. Rasmus Hojlund. Look at Joshua Zirkzee. Look at most of these players. You don't know what these guys will give you. But say young players, certain or sure that's what she goes now. Then say they'll get a job done, and that's exactly what our team and friend FC Barcelona have asked for. And they are getting in him. And our branch friend Victor Roque come back to Palmeiras because